What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. I'm right in this video. We're going to be going over my daily update on Bitcoin. And to start out with, I'm going to be showing you guys the counts that we could be looking at in this section right here. I'm not going to be going into the macro time frames because this video is more, centered towards day traders and what we could be looking at in the local time frames to trade off of in the more intraday trades. So to start out with, I want to show you guys some counts we could be looking at, some Elliott wave counts. And the first one is this one right here, where this is all an A, B, C. This would be a five-way move up here for the wave A of a zigzag for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be a wave B for a running flat, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the wave C of a zigzag as well. And I was saying to you guys in my previous video that in order to get the wave C of a zigzag properly, this has to be a five-way move into these highs. And the only way we could get a five-way move into these highs is by calling this all a diagonal, an ending expanding diagonal as so. So that would look a little bit like this, where this is a 1, 2, this would be A, B, C, 3, this would be 4, this would be 5. But I'm not a huge fan of calling this a diagonal. It just does not look very characteristic of a diagonal. So I'm not very inclined to call this an ABC because we don't really get a nice five-way move into these highs right here. It is possible we have seen some pretty ugly diagonals, but I'm not going to assume this is a diagonal given that it doesn't really look like one. So moving on, let's go to, I'll show you guys what we could be looking at in this section right here. This is all a wave 1, and it's a little bit tricky to get a five-way move out of this wave 1. The best way we could do it is by calling this all a diagonal. So this would be a leading diagonal as so. And it's not perfect because we'd have to call this a 1, 2. This would be a 3, 4, 5. And this 1 doesn't really connect with the other waves. And we can't really call this an expanding diagonal as well because this wave 3 is shorter than this wave 1 if we were to call this a 1, 2, 3. So we kind of have to call it a leading contracting diagonal, and that would be putting in this wave 1 down here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we move up for this wave 2, which looks pretty impulsive, but we probably have to call it an A, B, C. Then moving on to the wave 3, we could probably say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this wave 3. And what we're going to be looking for the wave 4, if this is a wave 4 right here, and we're currently coming up the wave 4, then we want to be looking for around the 0.382. So if we pull a Fibonacci retracement tool from the top of wave 2 to the bottom of wave 3, then we're going to be looking around this 0.382, which happens to come into this this resistance right here of this order block right here. So it may come a little bit above it into the more into some volume levels within this order block. We have to wait and see, but this would kind of be a range of resistance to be looking out for to the upside for this wave 4. And we could have actually topped out for this wave 4 right here if this were to be an A, B, C as so, because we did come into a golden pocket. If we pull it from this, I'll show you guys real quick. If we pull it from the high of this order block right here down to these lows right here, then we did come into this golden pocket, so we are coming into resistance. So we may get a bounce here, and that could be the top of the wave 4. Now, I don't think it's very likely because if this is a wave 4, then zigzags in a wave 4, this looks more characteristic of a zigzag for an ABC. For wave 4s, zigzags are not too common. You want to see more often triangles or flats, or overall more flatlined structures where this is probably ABC. We may come down for another ABC. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 4. If we get that, that's going to be more likely to be a wave 4 than simply putting in the wave 4 right here for a simple ABC zigzag. Hey guys, I just wanted to pause the video real quick to mention that we do have a Discord server now. The link is in the description. It would be great to see you guys on over here to see your guys' Elliott wave counts, your analysis, your price targets to the upside and the downside. And I'm also sharing my analysis over here. So if you guys want to see all that, if you want to participate, that would be great to see you guys on over here to get some more active discussions. And also I am doing one-on-one coaching now. So if you want to have a session with me, then you can contact me through my email down below in the description, tradingofftilt@gmail.com. And yeah, let's get back in the video. Now, overall, we just gonna have to give this count a little bit more time to play out. If we do end up getting a correction like this for a flat or a triangle and then getting another 5 waves down, that's going to give us more confirmation that this was a 5-wave impulse down here and that we are probably going to be getting another wave 2 up here. If this is all a wave 1 being put in here, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as so, then we're probably going to be expecting a wave 2 up here before further continuation down. So I usually like to wait for the wave 5 to be put in before assuming it's an impulse. Now we could be in a 3, we could have completed a 3, and we could be in a 4, and that's a possibility, but I want to wait for a little bit more confirmation before kind of going off that count and trading off of it. But it is a possibility this could be a wave 4 being put in here, or alternatively, we could just be putting in a wave A here if this is an ABC. And we are going to zoom into this section to observe whether it's an ABC or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to kind of give us indications on what we could expect. Now, let's go on to the next count. And the next count is pretty similar to this count right here. But instead of calling this a 1, 2, 3, we're actually going to be calling it a ABC. So that would look a little bit like this right here, where this is a 1, 2. So that would be the same 1, 2 right here. This would be a wave 2 for a running flat, ABC. And then we're calling the wave 3 up here, 4 here, and 5 here. So the same as I showed you guys earlier in the previous count. Now we're putting the wave A down here, as I showed you guys. Instead of this being a wave 1, this is a wave A. And this is a wave B up here. And then this is a wave C down here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this last wave 5 of this wave C would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending in an ending diagonal. Now it's not very pretty. I'll zoom into it a little bit later. But overall, this count, I'm not a huge fan of this count, I must admit, because this wave C is very long compared to this wave A. For a zigzag, you want to see the wave C being about the same length as the wave A. But in this case, this wave C comes all the way past the 1.618. I think it comes to the 2. So in other words, it comes to about 2 times the length of wave A, which is not very typical of a zigzag. That's more indicative of this being a 1, 2, 3, as opposed to an ABC. So I'm not a huge fan of this. Now let's zoom into this section right here to show you guys what we could be. Actually, I'm going to do that at the end of the video. I'm going to show you guys what we could be looking at down here at the end of the video. But until then, I'm going to be showing you guys just the counts we could be looking at in this section right here. And this is another possibility. It could be an ABC for a wave 2, and we could start rocketing out of here for wave 3. We have to wait and see, but that's a possibility. I just don't think it's that likely given the length of wave C. So another possibility we could be going off of, and this is a bullish possibility, is this one right here. Oops. That would be this one right here. Calling this all a 1, 2. So the same 1, 2 as earlier. And this is a 3, 4, and this is a wave 5. And it is valid because this wave 3 is actually longer than this wave 5. So if we take a Fibonacci trend-based Fibonacci extension tool, compare the length of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 4, we can see it's longer than this wave 5, which makes it valid. So this could be a 1, 2. This could be just simply a wave 4 that is pretty short compared to this wave 3, or compared to this wave 2. And then this is a wave 5 for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would start this correction right here, which is a WXY. And that would start out with this would actually be all of microdegree. This would be an ABC. So this would be ABC WXY for the wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave C to put in this wave W. This would all be an expanded flat for the wave W. This would be a wave X, which is probably an ABC zigzag for ABC. And this would be a zigzag for the wave Y. So this would be a double 3, which would be an expanded flat into a zigzag. Now for this final zigzag to complete this wave Y, I was looking for the wave B to take a little bit longer in terms of time duration, but instead we kind of got a very short wave B compared to the wave A. In a zigzag, you want to see the wave B look a little bit more like this, where if this is wave A, wave B consolidates for a little bit longer before coming down to the wave C. However, we didn't really get that. It looks more characteristic of this being a wave 4. But given that we got a wave A, which is a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where this wave 2 and this wave 4 have pretty good symmetry, I think it still does make sense this could be a wave A. This could be a wave B, and this is a wave C down here. So I just wanted to show you guys that that is a downside for this being a zigzag. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is a possibility given that we do get a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the wave A. It's just really only the wave B that throws me off. However, in this count, we do not have to force in a 5-wave structure into this move right here. So instead of calling this all a completed impulse up here in the case of this being a wave 1, or saying this is an ABC into this high right here, we could actually say the orthodox top was put in right here. And then in that case, we could call this the wave B of a flat for this being a wave W. So we could call this a WXY as opposed to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I don't like. So that's one upside to the count. I'm kind of just showing you guys the upsides and downsides to all counts because they all have their own pros and cons inherent to them. We're not going to be going over a perfect count. If we did get a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we start getting a pullback up here, so off those highs, we would probably know exactly what to expect, but we didn't really get a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We kind of have to force in a 5-wave move as so. So that's why I'm going to show you guys all the possibilities so we could come to a conclusion on what's the most likely possibility we could be looking at, or maybe if we have multiple counts that have us going down here, then that could be an indication that this could be a bottom down here. So moving on to the next count, we actually have another bullish count that I can show you guys today, this one right here, and I actually thought this up this morning, and it makes a lot of sense because we call this all a 1, 2. This is a 3, and we put in a wave 4 instead of calling this all a W, this being a wave X, and this being a wave Y, as in the previous count that I showed you guys. We could actually say this is a truncated wave 5 that ended right here, and this wave 4 was an expanded flat. And it makes a lot of sense. I feel like oftentimes we forget that truncated wave 5s exist, but in cases like this where we get a very impulsive move up here, instead of calling this a wave X, it actually makes good sense to call it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm actually a pretty big fan of calling this a wave 5 up into these highs right here. It just makes a lot of sense because this wave is very impulsive. But then we get the same problem off these highs where we get an ABC zigzag. And since the wave B is not very long, what we could actually be looking at if this is a wave 2 correction is this being a 1, 2, maybe this is a 3, 4, this is a wave 5, and we could be in the wave B of a zigzag, which may take a little bit longer to give the right look, like I was showing you guys earlier. So this could be a wave A, and this could be a wave B, and maybe we come down for another 5 waves for wave C. And as long as we don't take out these lows right here, it is a valid wave 2. And since we got a truncated wave 5, what you could expect if you get a truncated wave 5 is a very sharp correction, taking out most of the previous impulse wave in the correction. So coming past these lows would not really be uncharacteristic of a wave 2 in the case this is a truncated wave 5. So that's something else we could be looking at, either this being a wave ABC or this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the main counts that I wanted to show you guys in this section right here. Now let's go ahead and zoom into this section to see if we are getting a 5-wave impulse off the lows to see what we could expect. So I'm going to go on the 15-minute chart, and let's see. So just off the bat, what I would probably say is this is a 1 here, this is a 2 down here. This is probably a 3, 4, 5. This looks a lot like a running flat for ABC, so we could probably call this all A, B, C. And then this could all be the start of a wave 3 in the case that this is a 1. This could be a 2. Maybe we're going to get a 3, 4, 5, which is going to look like this, where this is a minuet wave 1, this is minuet wave 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we could be expecting if this is a completed impulse into this high right here. And if instead of this being an A, B, C, this is a 1, 2, and we're coming up for the wave 3. Now, like I was mentioning to you guys, this could also be an A, B, C, where instead of calling this all a 1, 2, and this is a third wave, we could actually say this is simply an A here, a B here, and a C here. Now, to give us confirmation that this is an impulse as opposed to an ABC as shown, what we could be looking for is for the wave 3. If this is wave 1, this is wave 2. We want to see the wave 3 to be coming up to about the 1.618 of wave 1. So taking a trend-based Fibonacci extension tool, we can compare the length of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2. And wave 3 should approximately come up to about 40.7K. Now, if we end up topping out right here, that's obviously going to be more indicative of an ABC. But if we do end up coming to that 1.618 in the fashion of a 5-wave impulse, this is 1, 2 of minuet degree, and then of this wave 3 up here, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then that's going to give us more confirmation that this is going to be an impulse as opposed to an ABC, because ABCs are for a zigzag, as you guys probably know. The wave C tends to come to the 1-to-1 of this wave A, if this were all to be an ABC. So given that, I think that would be more likely that it's an ABC if we simply top out right here. Now, another downside to this count that I just noticed is that for this wave two, we're getting a flat. Now, for wave twos, you don't want to, you typically want to see more sharp corrections like a zigzag. It's not very common to get flats in a wave two. So that could be a downside that we could be looking at for this count right here, where this is simply an ABC as opposed to this being a wave two. Because as I mentioned, it doesn't look very characteristic of wave two. It does not retrace that much. And also it comes in the form of a flat, which is more characteristic of a wave B or a wave 4. So that's about all I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.